In 2014, increased political instability and violence around the world caught many people by surprise, not least US policymakers, who had to grapple with multiple crises in Ukraine, Nigeria, Gaza, Iraq, Thailand, and elsewhere. While the world is still a relatively peaceful place by historical standards, the positive trends we've seen since the end of the Cold War may be stalling or worse, reversing. Each year, CFR's Center for Preventive Action conducts a survey of US foreign policy experts and asks them to rank 30 conflicts in terms of their likelihood of occurring and impact on US interests. Here are 3 things that should concern policymakers in 2015. The first is the deterioration of the situation inside Iraq and Afghanistan, which could further embroil the United States in costly military engagements. According to the United Nations, violence in Iraq has killed more than 5,000 and displaced over 1 million people in 2014 alone. Although the US combat mission in Iraq ended in 2010, the capture of sizable areas of Iraq by the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, otherwise known as ISIS, has once again necessitated the use of US air power. At the same time, progress in Afghanistan is also looking tenuous. Attacks by the Taliban have surged in recent months. According to some estimates, the number of suicide bomb attacks in Kabul alone has more than doubled since last year. The Obama administration has now extended the US military presence timeline for another 2 years. The second concern is the growing friction among the major powers. Disputes in Ukraine and the East and South China Seas could increase rivalry with Russia and China, with profound implications for international cooperations on a host of several important issues. Russia's intervention in Ukraine earlier this year has jeopardized European stability. So far, more than 4,000 people have died in eastern Ukraine. We see China pushing the limits of its maritime sovereignty in the East and South China Seas. Miscalculation and misunderstandings over the disputed areas could trigger a dangerous escalation of tensions at any time. This leads to the third issue to worry about in 2015, continued uncertainty over the nuclear ambitions of Iran and North Korea. Over this past year, the P5+1, which includes all Security Council members plus Germany, have tried to forge a long-term deal with Iran over its nuclear weapons program. The deadline has been extended twice, and there is now concern the deal may never happen. The breakdown of these talks would ratchet up tensions in the region and risk military strikes against Iran. Meanwhile, North Korea has threatened another nuclear test following a UN resolution in November condemning Pyongyang's alleged crimes against humanity. Without constraints on their program, some analysts estimate that the Kim regime is likely to have as many as 20 nuclear warheads by 2016. With signs that North Korea is also developing long-range nuclear-capable missiles, there is growing concern that another crisis is brewing on the Korean Peninsula. Taken together, 2015 promises to be another challenging and moreover deadly year.